What's going on, y'all? It's Mason Bleasdell, your Austin real estate agent, and today, you know it already, Santa Rita Ranch has a brand new section called Saddleback. This is just north of the rest of Santa Rita Ranch, just right when that beautiful Texas Hill Country landscape starts to happen, and this is going to be one of the absolute coolest new sections of Santa Rita Ranch. If you're looking into this neighborhood, if you're looking to learn more about it, this is going to be ultimate guide for you. Let's jump in the car. I'm looking forward to taking you for a driving tour. All right, y'all, so starting off this tour, we're starting at the very entrance right off of Ronald Reagan Boulevard. And, you know, if you've seen any of my other tours of Santa Rita Ranch, you'll know like just how cool of a community this is. I have sold a bunch of houses in here, and every single time, the thing that gets my folks over the edge to like want this versus any of the other communities around here, because honestly, there is a lot to choose from, is the amenities. The amenities are so great here. They have like an actual, they call it a water park, and it actually is one. They've got lap pools, multiple of them. They've got amenity centers. And in case you were curious, you know, this is a first look at Saddleback. The amenity center is not even built yet. It's in the progress. But the cool thing with Santa Rita Ranch is all of the amenity centers are reciprocal. So if you live in Saddleback, you get access to Santa Rita South. You get access to all the amenity centers that come all the way through, everywhere except for Regency. FYI, the over 55 community is kind of its own thing. But other than that, you get full access everywhere. So this is a really, really cool community if, for example, you don't want to commute to a gym, but you like to swim laps. You like to go run on a treadmill when it's cold outside. Although, as I'm saying this, this is February 1st, and it is 70 degrees and sunny. It is the perfect day. So, gotta love Texas in this time of year. But anyhow, in this video, I want to talk about a little bit of location. Let's talk about some actual specs, some hard numbers, you know, things that you can expect when you come out here, as well as take a brief little look at some of the housing. Now, not many of these houses have closed yet, so that's all going to be kind of vague. But at this point, like, this is going to get you a great idea of a time when we can come out together. I can show you around a little bit, and let's find the right house for you. So firstly, location. Let's talk a little bit about where we are. Now, if you're familiar, you know, we are right in that intersection. And if you're doing research, you'll notice that some of the addresses are Georgetown, some of them are Liberty Hill. We are right on that city border, right off of Ronald Reagan and kind of 183A, the toll road that takes you up this direction. Now, we are zoned in Saddleback for Liberty Hill. So you'll have a Liberty Hill mailing address, you'll have Liberty Hill ISD schools, which does include the on-site middle school and a future on-site elementary. No real ETA on that, but FYI, it also is zoned for the totally remodeled and redone Liberty Hill High School. Liberty Hill ISD is investing a ton of money into their school systems with all this growth to bring a ton of really cool programs and opportunities here to the school district. So anyways, it's a really cool thing to be a part of here. Also, just down the road, you know, I've been selling in Santa Rita for a few years now, and I'll be honest, one of the biggest complaints when I would bring folks out here is just kind of how far out it felt. Just now, the brand new HEB and a bunch of really great restaurants and spa and like a bunch of the amenities, the things you would use every day, have just opened up literally 5 minutes down the road from here. So if you're working from home, this is a great spot. If you commute into Leander or Georgetown, perhaps, maybe Liberty Hill, this is a really great spot. It doesn't feel as far out as it once was. So it's a really great time to get in. Of course, like I mentioned, a lot of the amenity centers have opened. You know, right now, Saddleback's is not. So you would have to drive probably into most of the others. It's not super walkable in between them, but you've got that just minutes away from your place. Like, it's a really, really cool community packed with value. All right, so let's talk a little bit of stats. Let's talk some hard numbers. Now, if you're coming out here, tax rate here is 2.6%. It's not crazy. It's not as high as some of the 3% areas in Hutto, for example. But you know, be aware of that. It's a little bit on the higher side, and a lot of that is because, you know, they're putting in roads, utilities, all the infrastructure, the fire station that's just down at the end of the road, the new schools. They got to get that funding from somewhere, so it's a little bit higher. But if you aren't familiar with Texas property taxes, they do trickle down over time. It's not going to be a huge thing immediately, but also note, in 2025, the new homestead exemption rules are coming, so that's going to dramatically reduce, if you're looking for an owner-occupied property, dramatically reduce your property taxes as well. A couple other things to note. In here, obviously, with all of these amenities you're only paying $92 a month for the HOA fee. Now again, if you compare that to a gym membership, and a season pass to a water park for your kids, and all of these things, like it would vastly outpace that. So the HOA fee here is really great considering what you get. You also get a couple of other really cool things in Santa Rita. They have a full-time member that is just the fun coordinator. They bring out live music, they bring out food trucks, they do events. There's a Facebook page that has their own cricket team in this neighborhood. Like, this is really, really cool. If you want to get to know your neighbors, if you want to build kind of that tight-knit community, this really is unrivaled compared to anything else around here. And part of that is because it's so big, and part of that is because, you know, they kick around the idea of a resort-style community all the time. This truly feels like one. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the housing in Saddleback. Now, if you're familiar with Santa Rita Ranch, there are a huge myriad of builders out here building in the different sections, but in Saddleback specifically, it is Pulte and GFO Home. Now, between the two of them, it covers a smorgasbord of pretty much anything that would kind of fit your needs as far as house goes. Now, Pulte is building homes down in the 1,800 square foot range, and you can get a GFO home all the way up to 4,300 square feet. You'll note 3-car garages in here, and prices range from the high 300s all the way to about 800,000 for those bigger homes on bigger home sites. There are some greenbelt lots available in here. You can buy some inventory. I'm actually driving past one right now, or do a total build from scratch, choose every detail of your home. You know, GFO, for example, has a ton of different things. Like, you can personalize your home, pick out the lot. All of those things is really, really cool. Pulte also offers a really cool product as well. Now, they're gonna have like design packages, so you'll get to pick a color package. But again, you get so much for your money that way. They build a tremendous house, especially considering they start in the high 300s. Now, if this tour was helpful to you, if you're looking into Saddleback, maybe comparing it to some of the other sections of Santa Rita, I sure hope this was helpful to you. If you're looking for an agent, not only to work beside you to get the right house, but also one to help, you know, make the right decision for the place you're gonna live, the right community, I'd love to be that real estate agent of choice for you. My personal contact info is on the screen. Reach out anytime. Like I mentioned, I've sold in here a bunch. I've got a buyer under contract right now in here. This is a really great community, and I love bringing people out here and showing you around. If I can do that, I'd love to. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.